All right, me and my messed up brain are back. And today's show of the Mind Out Loud is going to be a little bit different. Very obviously a little bit different if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm missing my co-host, Laurie. Laurie Raymond is not joining me on this podcast or future podcasts, I'm sad to say. Laurie has contributed to the Mind Out Loud show and concept from the very beginning, and I'm super proud of the accomplishments that we've made so far with this show. Laurie is brilliant and has truly helped me so much with the things that I've been struggling with in my personal life, in my head, and trying to figure out this 51-year-old gray matter mess that seems to be getting worse. I hate to say. I have my ups and downs, much like you do, and I guess that's why we have the viewership and the subscribers that we do so far. Laurie stepped away for professional and personal reasons. It made this partnership no longer the right fit for her, and I 100% support her in that decision. There's no bad blood between us, just two professional people. Just realized that this maybe wasn't the perfect fit and that we wanted slightly different things out of the podcast. Laurie brought a tremendous amount of expertise and value to the Mind Out Loud, and I totally respect her decision and her need to want to focus on other things at the moment. So thank you so much, Laurie, from my heart and my head. You have made a tremendous impact on me and my life and my mental well-being. So I thank you greatly. So that's that. Sad to see Laurie go, but I'm really committed to trying to make this Mind Out Loud something that not only is beneficial for me, but also for the listeners out there. It was the whole idea behind this show. I'm not going to give up. When I first started this, I committed to at least 1 year. As you guys probably know, podcasts are not easy to do. They're not easy to create. They're not easy to gain traction. They are time consuming to try and do right. And the market is saturated. All of these things, yes, would immediately want to make me go, no, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. But I want to keep going. I want to keep moving forward, because giving up after only about 10 episodes, I don't think it's going to serve me. And I'd be disappointed thinking that I didn't give this quite the right effort that it seems to deserve. So it may look a little different. I've got some friends that I would like to bring on the Mind Out Loud to help me through some of the things, help talk about some of the topics that we've brought up on the show, some of the things that you guys have asked questions about regarding professional life experience, the ups and downs that we have. I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to refocus on this niche that is me, that is us, this 50-something-year-old seemingly confusion, at least for me and many of the folks that I talk to, many of the friends that I talk to, this weird kind of valley that this age seems to bring. You know, we're staring at retirement in a few years. We're concerned about future finances and healthcare. We're concerned about how we're going to take care of our parents, if you're lucky enough to have them alive still. What that looks like, the pressures and the worry, at least for me, that some of that comes with the worry of, you know, being prepared for retirement, the fear that's going on in the world today, the talk of, I don't want to get political on this show, but things are changing. And are we going to have some of the safety nets that were supposed to be put in place? And how does that affect our lives and our thoughts? I know what it does for me. It keeps me awake at night. And that's hopefully something else we'll talk about. I want to get into improving sleep and you know, health and fitness, all that stuff. I know it's all been talked about before, but maybe, just maybe, it hasn't been talked about by someone like me, by a voice that maybe you like. And that's my hope. And again, I'll go back to my selfish reason for doing this, and that's just to find my own help. Much like Joe Rogan does, whether you're a fan or not, he just talks to people that he finds interesting. And I'll do the same. And hopefully you find them interesting too. So yeah, this was an idea I had for a long time. I do plan on its long-term success. So that's the idea. I want to keep it genuine. I want to continue to bring this idea of mental health conversations, keeping them engaging and accessible, and just letting people know it is okay. It's more than okay. It's necessary to have some of these discussions out loud to get some help. It's not easy to do all of this alone, as I'm finding. And I'm going to need to lean on my audience, my friends, and some of the experts that we can bring on the Mind Out Loud to help me and hopefully you have continued success and happiness and cheer and joy. I see this as an opportunity to evolve the Mind Out Loud and to take the show in a new direction. So that's that. So what might this sound like in future episodes? I've got lots of ideas, and I don't want to give it all away. I still want to investigate the brain chemistry, and I think we'll get to that in the next several episodes. Guest experts, I've got some friends that are also therapists. A good buddy of mine I'm hoping to bring on the show. I don't want to give out too much because he hasn't committed to doing the show yet, but I think he'd make a really fascinating person. My friend Trish Pingle, I haven't even told her that I want to have her on the show yet. Trish is a really awesome naturopath doctor who's been practicing for years and has a super successful practice. She's made me feel better over the years. I'd like to have her on. Maybe some solo deep dives into conversations that come from topics that you guys post up there and send to me in the comments and at the Mind Out Loud podcast at gmail.com. I'm looking at that for what we want to talk about. Maybe I'll bring some of you guys on as well to talk about some of the important topics regarding mental health and self-improvement, some Q&A segments, all that kind of stuff. I do really want to thank everybody that has called and written notes and comments and text messages, just offering support right off the bat, whether you want to start a podcast or not, or whether you want to just listen to me go through some of the machinations of life. What I can tell you is, even though I still have my ups and downs like we all do, I can tell you that when you talk about this stuff and you take some of the steps, including meditation and physical exercise, like many of you know, it does work. And it takes work to feel good. Like we've talked about on the show, exercising your brain is just as important as exercising your biceps. And you've probably already known that. I knew that. But until I actually did the Mind Out Loud, that's the first time I really saw how powerful talking about some things that aren't easy to talk about can be. So I'm going to keep doing it. The heart of the podcast remains the same. Delivering valuable, meaning conversations. I'm excited about what's next, and I believe the show will continue to bring really valuable conversations. So stick with me if you can. Click the notification button. Tell me the topics that you'd like to hear about, the questions that you want to know, the kinds of guests that you'd like to see on the show. Honestly, if there's somebody else that you like to listen to, let me know who that person is, because maybe I can get them on the show with me and ask the questions that you have. Right? Collaboration. Everybody loves to do that. That's that. We've got some, I don't even want to say, I can't even say I've got some good stuff lined up yet, because this all just kind of happened within the last few days. I've been trying to process it. I I'm disappointed. If I'm real and honest and genuine, I'm disappointed that it didn't work out. And it's largely because I am not a business-minded person. I jumped into this creative idea of Mind Out Loud. I had the idea, I loved the idea, and I jumped right into it before really getting some business things in place like I should have. And that's on me. So, live and learn, right? Hopefully I don't make that mistake again. But I'm still positive about the Mind Out Loud. I think you should still be excited about following me on this journey, staying tuned in. Be patient with me as I work out some new directions, produce, and book some new guests. That's a process in itself, plus all the social media. It's a lot to keep this thing going, but I'm going to do my best. So thank you so much. I think it's a great way for me to keep working on my happiness together with you guys who I know are listening and have shared your thoughts with me. That's it. I'll keep it short today, and I hope to see you back here next week. Thank you very much for all of your support to this point. Great time to like, subscribe, hit the notification buttons, and I will see you soon.